Last one for today. Content marketing
This is
jobs are
interesting.
splitting in two. SEMrush did a study of 8,000 jobs that shows content roles polarizing between hands-on creators and senior growth owners. So companies are no longer hiring content marketers just to produce assets. They want them to own visibility across search and AI-driven discovery, generative engine optimization, control the narrative, and most importantly, prove business impact. So this just kind of feeds into everything we've been talking about with generative engine optimization and AI search. And I think that this study, I think content marketers, if you want to break that separately, which in my mind, and we've talked about this, content marketing, SEO, generative engine optimization, and even social media to a degree should all be intertwined and completely all working together, coordinated consistently over time. None of them should be siloed. And so I think that I thought it was interesting that this study that SEMrush decided to do just ran the study of content marketing jobs. And I believe the reason why you see this, it makes perfect sense to me. And it makes sense that content marketers would be the people to do that. But content marketers just generally don't have a good technical knowledge. They're writers, right? And they're good at delivering messages, but you need the technical aspects of SEO and GEO in addition to the marketing skill set, in addition to the writing skill set, right? So I found it interesting that SEMrush would pick just this segment to do this study, but I think the study was fascinating because in my mind, if you're, and I know Catherine, you're a writer, so you're chomping at the bit to chime in on this, but I feel that, if you're a copywriter, you have to do this if you're going to stay employed, to be honest. You have to, because like we talked about, I think there's certain types of content AI is great at writing, but a lot of other types of content AI is not good for writing. And, writing ads, writing social posts, writing press releases, certain types of ungated content, AI can definitely do a great job. But if you have really important mission critical, service pages, product pages, don't use AI. I would use professional copywriters, or at least it should be massaged by a professional copywriter after, so that it has the brand elements in play. So, but this just goes to show you what we've been talking about too, that AI search and generative engine optimization is here to stay. We see it even in this study, even in this data for content marketing. So, Catherine, what's your thought as a copywriter? What's your thought?
Well, this kind of is a jumping off, like a continuation of what my previous point was, that back in the early 2000s, the industry changed. It changed fundamentally away from offline marketing to online marketing, and writing as a skill and as something that somebody would pay for, especially from a marketing perspective, changed considerably back then. We're in that time period again in a different way. Content marketing is split. So probably gone are the days where you're hiring somebody in-house with the sole purpose of writing all the content that you need, because a writer just does not have to focus in that same way anymore, but a writer is still needed. I kind of look at using AI for helping with content as akin to like outsourcing certain things. Like if I were to outsource a thing, say a list of meta things, whatever you have, you look at AI as the outsourced thing, and you're always going to look at it and make sure it's on brand, make sure there was no drifting, make sure that it's good. So no matter how you use it and for whatever kind of writing, your role has to shift from a content marketer that is purely a writer to a content marketer that is like a master strategist.
Right.
Now you have to get your content marketing team up to speed about your brand, because your brand is absolutely important. That's how you're going to judge if any content that's happening is worthwhile to be associated with your brand, but they have to know the brand first. So the skill is shifting. A content marketer has to know what good writing looks like.
Right.
If you don't know what it looks like, you're not going to be able to edit AI at all. But that's just what it is. It's a tool. It's a companion. We always have to be careful, because whatever happens has to be on brand.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree. John, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, yeah, that's the same point that I was making earlier, where it's
Mm.
like what you can use AI as a tool, and I think thinking of it as like an alternative to outsourcing is actually like a great way to look at it. You keep doing the things that you would usually do. You can use AI as a tool to help you do the other tasks way quicker, and now you don't have to outsource anymore. You can spend that cost somewhere else that might help you
Mm-hmm.
create. Maybe now you have, if you're a company that does research or something, now you might have more funds to do research to make another piece of content, right?
Right.
Instead of spending it on outsourcing. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
it's a really powerful tool, and when used correctly, it's great. But when you're not using it in the right way and you don't know what good content looks like, and
Mm-hmm.
you're throwing slop out there, that's when it hurts your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that, and and coming back to what it says in here that they want to own the visibility across search and AI-driven discovery. I think that makes sense, but
Mm-hmm.
also I would say if you're going to trust a content person to manage your GEO, make sure they're a marketer, make sure they have real marketing experience that can
Mm-hmm.
understand the big picture and the strategic side of it, and you have the resources to get the technical aspects done properly too.